Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm doing another trial with the laptop for a process video. I made one that will be published on Saturday, and this one will be published on Sunday. So I'm trying the same thing. Next time I'm going to try with the laptop over on the other side to see if I work better with my without my right hand being in the way. But on that side, the left hand. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to be able to do afterwards. And I was kind of discussing this with my physical therapist, and she kind of said that the first 2 weeks, it's not about what I can do, like stretching myself or finding ingenious ways to do things. It's about surviving. It's about making sure I can get fed and keep myself clean and all of those kinds of things. So and then she said after that there should be some capability, even if with my arm in a sling, I should be able to raise it and kind of use this hand. So, uh, having said all of that, let's get to making the page because it may be a little bit involved and I don't want this video to last too long. It's Scrap Squad Sunday, by the way. This is the original, the lift we're doing, and it's by Emilie Chamel. And I know that because I recognize her little girl. I've been watching her little girl grow up on her pages and in her work. So I'm going to, and I'm also doing Baby Got Scraps. And I forgot to mention that on my Friday video, but when I posted it, I said that. So I'm using scraps from a couple of Vicki Boutin collections. I think this one is Sweet Rush. I think I've got bits of who knows, at least 3 collections in here. So I'm going to put that back here, and I have cut the pieces. I even stamped some stitching on these pieces, and I used this stamp, which is from this set, which is a set of stitching stamps that I ordered from Amazon, and it doesn't have a brand name, and I don't know what to tell you except if you like it, kind of search for stitching stamps on Amazon and you should be able to find it. I'm gonna just kind of lay that there. I've also got some wood pieces from Bramble Fox. This is a page about Barrett, and he's in his army uniform. And I thought that this piece reminded me of Uncle Sam Wants You. Remember that? that sign? So that's kind of where that came from. And I don't know where to put these things. I have a chair that I use as a side table. I have found some stars. This is the Bramble Fox Cool Stars. And I've pulled 3 fairly neutral ones out of there. I'm also using Fox Stamps number 4, which is this set of splotches and splatters. And I'm going to use speckled egg. So that's kind of what I'm going to do right now. The original has a small cluster up here, and then a large cluster here. I'm going to do these things so that they'll be behind, and if I end up covering it all up, that's fine. And I'm not going to do any packaging technique, any wet media, if you will. So I'm kind of, let me put the camera down this way. And I think you can, let me move the supplies up here. I'll keep the stamp here. I'm using speckled egg, and I've got this piece of paper on here to kind of judge where to do my stamping. And I'm kind of just going to move it around and not really doing a lot of, let me see if this light helps at all. It looks like the picture might be marginally better. And the stamp isn't coming out. I'm not stamping it down really hard or worrying about getting a perfect image. I just kind of want things to, and then I'll go back and add. I just kind of want it to look a little bit. Let me show you what that looks like now. You can kind of see some things where I'm going to build my clusters. Okay, now having done that, I'm going to put this away, and I've got this that I'm going to use with hickory smoke, which is a gray, after everything is down, instead of splattering with anything wet. So let me get this glued down. The original has a beautiful diagonal stripe, and I thought this was close enough to a stripe, and I like the colors in it. It's got this kind of army greenish look to it right there. And in the original there's a floral, and I'm going to use this polka dot, orange polka dot, to do a piece that's not the full length, and this seam will be hidden behind the photo cluster. Let me kind of do that right there, and I'm curling up the edges because I want to sneak in. This piece isn't in the original, but I had this scrap and I just couldn't let it go to waste, and I like that this stripe brings in kind of all the colors. It's added in. This is from a different collection as this, but it kind of enough of the colors go together. Whoops, that moved. That's a problem that I have with textured cardstock. It kind of moves around. Now, this other piece, the 3/4 inch piece, goes over here, and I'm doing it kind of the opposite way so that I get the army green down at the bottom instead of up at the top. And then I've got this piece that's going to go next. And I'm going to snug it up close to the top. And that's a longer piece than you would think I might want to use there. I've got this piece that matches the this polka dot stripe down, polka dot piece down there, and I'm going to snug this over more towards the center. And I have this banner piece that I cut out of this black and white stripe from Sweet Rush. And I'm kind of scooching that under there. I have this sunshine and cloud, and I like using kind of things that are in the sky when I do a page about Barrett, because it's kind of a connection to his girlfriend Sky, and the colors kind of go nicely, and it makes for a nice cluster there. You can see that a lot of the stamping I did doesn't really show. Let me see if there's any ink left on my stamp here. Just enough to kind of make it look a little dirty. So now I'm going to do, let's see, I want in the original there's a floral and some sprigs, and I'm going to snip this sprig and put it in there, and I'd like some foam to lift it up and give it some dimension. So I'm going to put that right at the top, and then I'm going to tuck the stem underneath the sunshine. Do that, and then I've got another leaf sprig, and I think these are from Print Shop. And I really love this one. Excuse me. Okay. All right, there, and then I have this half of a butterfly, and I don't think I'm going to use it. Instead, I think I'm going to use my bee stamp, if I can pick it up. It's kind of sticking to the floor. And I'm going to use it with this gray ink. I'm going to lift that up and do it right there. And it has picked up, there was some gold ink on it before, so it's kind of picked that up with the gray. And in the original there was a word strip, and I'm going to add a word strip that I cut in two, and I'm gonna, because I didn't want it to be that long, all that long, and I'm gonna put it kind of at slightly wonky angles, the two pieces, the two lines. Okay, all things are difficult until they are easy, kind of referencing his basic training and all that implies. Okay, now the photo is this one, and I've printed it in a filtered black and white that's still picked up on some red elements. It makes it look kind of I don't want to say grungy exactly, but it certainly has an informal kind of look about it. I'm going to place it here, and then I will tuck some other things around it and I may have to lift it up, so I may be sorry that I'm taking all the adhesive backing off. I'm going to put it like that. And I made the title, I did it in a font on my computer. The font is kind of looks like his fatigues. It's called First Cav, I think is the name of it. First Cav Italics is the name of the font, and it's kind of got the oh, what do you call that? I know it's a word that I'm going to remember as soon as I stop the video, and probably by then a dozen of you will have told me what it is. When you're hot, camouflage. Boy, why couldn't I think of that? I'm going to add this butterfly here because, to me, basic training pretty much transforms you, and you know I like using butterflies as a symbol of transformation. Okay, I have this this piece. It's a piece from the paper repack, and I forget which collection, but it's like a ruler. I'm going to put it this way. Again, I'm adding another vertical element, and I'm not letting it get, and I have to see if I can see what I'm doing, then I'm reasonably confident that you can see, but who knows for sure. I'm going to put this down here and try to get the same placement. Okay, there. And there is a piece of frame that goes, let's see, it goes like, I may just need to make that shorter. I'm going to glue this. I've cut a rectangular frame into several pieces to get this look. And it looks like there's another piece of that frame down here. So I'm gonna, again, cut that a little shorter, and I probably will use even those little pieces somewhere on some page. Get that. I'll do it like so. And I love that green. I think that's from Print Shop. The frames from Print Shop. Again, I have another half butterfly that I think I'm not going to use. I want to add, well, there's also a round frame in the whole scheme of things. There is a tag, and instead of the tag, I'm going to repeat this element of a banner. I'm going to cut it shorter and let that be the tag-like element, and I'm going to stick it between the photo and the and the yellow mat that's under it. And I have this piece from the papery that I thought I could use somewhere. Maybe cut it and I want the black part sticking out. I'll let it be kind of the backdrop for this next frame I'm going to use, and the greenery that I'm going to use there. Let's see. I like this. And I'm going to put some foam behind it. But let me see where those bits of frame are. There's one here. There. And let me get some glue on it. And the other one is kind of over in here where I want to get it down before I do the greenery, because I want the greenery to come up above it, over top of it. Okay, and let's see. That works, but it's at a strange angle. If I have it down here, which is really where I would want it, I need something right there, and I don't at the moment have anything. Let me, if I move, I think I do like it down here, so I'll just figure out something there. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it shorter, and then it's not so different from that one. So let me get this on here. Okay, now what I need is, let's see. How about if I had some, well, let's do what I know I wanted to use, which is this piece, and then we'll see where we are with that. And again, make sure you can see everything. Okay. Having trouble peeling, and of course I never, when I'm working on my own and doing the things, I often put these things on before I film. When I'm doing that, I never have trouble with them. How about if I did something like that, and then did this kind of coming out this way, and this one I will do, since it's resting on top, I'm just going to go ahead and put some adhesive where it touches that top. Now if I can get it to touch in the same place, I'll be in good shape. I want to use this to raise up this little, I think of that as sort of like a dandelion, maybe a dandelion head. And I've got more greenery. I was prepared to use more up here, and I actually don't think I'm going to, but I may. don't like that, and I don't like it there. Well, maybe I do. Let's just do that. And okay, let's see. Can I use this? That gives me that army green that I like. And I'll do that. Okay, and I've used that frame as the kind of the background there. I have this word strip that says "Be your own hero," which I think is a good saying for anybody at any time. And I'm just not sure where to put this. Maybe across here. I can't have it bridging too many different elevations there. It'll kind of be wonky, but I think this is fairly level across here and then on that, resting on that frame. Okay, now let me get this stuff out of the way, and I need to do a bee. There's my ink. Okay, this one I'm going to do kind of underneath there. All right, you can kind of see it, but it's not kind of out there on its own, abandoned and so forth. So now I'm going to use the Army Needs You, or the Uncle Sam Needs You, over here because it's pointing that direction. That's why I'm putting it on that side. And I want it to, it's going to bridge over the frame, so that's why I put a little foam under it. Ordinarily I wouldn't do that. This is a thumbs up kind of symbol that I thought I might put over on this side just to kind of balance that out. I kind of like the idea of having the two of those, and I'll overlap it. I'll kind of overlay the where the cluster where the butterfly wing and the polka dots come together could have looked a little bit awkward, but with this layered on top, it kind of all meshes together. I've been asked so many times about how I layer, and I seldom am aware of what I'm doing. It kind of has become a habit. And so when I do notice something, I'm going to try to start saying it in my video, because if it helps you to see things and do them on your own pages, then that's absolutely wonderful. I've got these stars. Let's see. I have an arrow here, and I thought I'd put the arrow out here pointing towards the photo, and kind of right in between those leaves is a natural place for it. I have a gray star. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. and have a navy blue one, and there's some navy blue down here, and I kind of like that. I love, you've heard me say many times before that I love the matte navy blue um, perspectives, everything that they do at Bramble Fox in a matte navy blue. That's absolutely my favorite finish. This is a kind of clear blue, and I'm gonna place it on top of the orange that has a little pattern going on under it in case you can see the glue and maybe not like it. It's to disguise the fact that I'm using liquid glue. So before I do sequins, I'm going to do some of these little dots, little and I'm using the gray and just adding a little extra texture, as George Harrison would say. Let's see, hickory smoke goes way down at the bottom there. Okay, now I'm going to do sequins, which you might not expect on an army layout. Let's see. I'm going to put that in there so that I can find it later. But I'm just going to add a few to for texture and sparkle. And that's something sequins do well, I think. I'm gonna vary the colors and the sizes and the types of sequins. And I'm using two different mixes. One of them is Sun-Kissed and the other is Don't Rush Me, and they're both Spiegelmom scraps. The Sun-Kissed obviously has some pinks in it, and I've got some pinks in the papers here, and because Barrett once told me he didn't have any problem with my using pink on one of his pages, I kind of try to sneak it into all of his pages just to test him at his word. And because I keep seeing people talking about, well, I can't use all those pinks because I mostly scrap boys. Well, you know, there's pink in the world, just like there are boys and girls in the world. And I don't believe that anybody ever assigned a gender to colors, as far as I know. And so it doesn't bother me to use pink for boys, or I don't know, what do you expected to use gray and brown for girls, or navy blue, or anything else. Okay, I think I might like another 3 sequins up there. And I'm going to add since we're talking about blue, I will add a blue. And since we're talking about pink, I'm going to add a pink, a small, kind of brighter pink one. Right there. And I think that sequin is upside down, but it should glue down anyway, and then I'm going to do a green holographic one, or a holographic one that happened to be looking green at the time. And I'm going to add a couple sequins down here. I'll go with orange. Gosh, it's not coming unstuck from my finger. I'm going to put it there and kind of tuck it underneath. And then I've got another sequin that kind of piggybacked on that one, so I'm going to move it over here. And then I have sort of a peachy looking one that I'll put right there. Okay, I think I'm done. I have a heart that Reese found on the floor, and I want to wash it before I use it on a page because it's been in Reese's mouth. Bless her heart. She's all proud and prancing around like she's really proud of herself today because she got groomed and bathed yesterday. Okay, so the page is, whoops, did something fall down from where it was supposed to be, or was it not supposed to be there in the first place? I think it was not supposed to be there in the first place. It is a colorful but still army-ish looking. See, there's army green there and army green there, and you know, so, and a nice pink butterfly. So thank you for watching, and I invite you to check out the Scrap Squad page on Facebook, and there's inspiration not only from the team every week, and special events, but there's also amazing work done by the members that'll be in all of the albums. And there's no, they pick out wonderful, wonderful pages to lift, like this one. And if I didn't say it before, it's Emilie Chamel, who is absolutely one of the best scrappers out there and the sweetest human on the planet. So thank you for watching, and I'll do this and say bye. Let me see if I can figure out how to